Welcome to my first vegetable garden. This series is all about growing potatoes. First episode, so to speak, is going to be about chitting your potatoes, C-H-I-T-T-I-N-G. We're going to cut them up and we basically want them to sprout. I'm also focusing on russet potatoes. They're a indeterminate variety potato, meaning potatoes will form along the entire stem of the potato growth. I'll talk more about that as the series goes on. I'm in Maryland Zone 7. Today is February 17th. A little bit too early to get potatoes out, but what you can do now is pick up your seed potatoes. I got mine at Tractor Supply. You can get them anywhere. I've even used grocery store potatoes. I am focusing on the russet type. This is a Silverton russet potato, meaning that as a russet potato, most potatoes, if they're a determinate variety, just grow potatoes down around the root section. The indeterminate varieties keep growing, similar to a tomato plant, an indeterminate tomato that continues to grow. Wherever that vine is contacting the ground or under the ground, you have potential for more potatoes to form. So with the indeterminate varieties, we do a method called hilling, which I'll talk about, in future episodes. Today is a great time, or now is a great time to pick up your potatoes and chit them. So what we're gonna do is you get your bag of potatoes, this is 4 pounds. We're gonna cut them into about 2-inch sections. Let me just show you. So we have a larger potato here. This is where the vine is gonna grow, the green growth, and, well, not the vine, but the plant. And what you want is the eyes of your potatoes, let's see if we can find some smaller ones. You want them, let's get that in focus, to begin to chit or send out the growth. When your potatoes have about that much growth, let's keep it in focus, that's perfect. They may get longer, that's fine. You can't really control that. What you're doing is you're picking up your potatoes now. We're gonna cut them so that we have more potatoes, more places to plant. And then after you cut them, you let them sit for about a week or so, let them scab over, and they're ready for planting. I'm gonna be putting these into the ground in about 2 weeks. They've already started nicely, so they're gonna be a little bit long for my taste, but it's okay. So the potatoes that are smaller like this one is just starting, we're not gonna cut those. Those will just get planted and they will turn into like really nice plants. The other potatoes here, we want to cut so that we're not disturbing any of the eyes. And for this one, I'm just gonna cut right down the center like that. We'll let it dry. Let's do another one here. Same thing with this. You only actually need like 2 or 3 of the eyes to be growing. Maybe you can cut these into 3 pieces. I find, I don't know, I get plenty of potatoes by just cutting these in half or into thirds. So we'll cut this one right along here. This one is gonna get cut right down the center also, maybe on a diagonal to keep that intact. All right, let me cut these up, show you what that looks like. We had 13 potatoes to start with, and again, we're cutting them into pieces so that we end up with something like this. So when you cut it, you wanna leave, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeters of potato to the edge from wherever you have part of the growth coming out, 1/2 inch, I don't know, 1 centimeter, something like that. It's going to dry here, scab over, might get a little bit black. Sometimes I dip this into just a shallow solution of hydrogen peroxide to clean it off. You can keep an eye on it. By dipping it into the hydrogen peroxide, you kill any mold or fungus that may be on there, so less chance of the potato rotting. But I found over time, middle of February, house with the heat on, these dry really quickly. So this is what one cut looks like. You don't have to be perfect. This one is kind of large. If it had more growth coming out of here, maybe I'll cut it again if I see more, but there's a little growth coming there. So that's just gonna be my 2 pieces. And if it's bigger, that's okay. For this one, I cut at a diagonal just to give it that gap between the edge and the growth. And theoretically, you could cut it right down here. And as long as these are growing and you're putting them into the right soil temperature, they're gonna root out and be fine. There is some growth on this one, like right here above my finger. This is a good size. growth coming out right down there. And you get the idea. So let me finish these up, and we're going to go from 13 potatoes to, I don't know, at least 20 something. We've gone from 13 potatoes to 21. Each plant's going to produce at least 4 potatoes, but really up to 8, 12, maybe even more, depending on how you hill and mound them and grow them, which I'll be teaching you how to do. Minimum is you put this in the ground, they grow around the root section, you get, I don't know, 4 to 6 potatoes per plant. So that is a lot of potatoes. The russet potatoes, these indeterminate varieties, take 100 to 120 days to mature. They'll keep growing actually till frost comes. So you can harvest these while they're growing. You reach in, find them in the soil, you pull them out, let the plant continue. Determinate variety potatoes usually mature in I don't know, 70 to 80 days from, breaking the ground. So there's different types. Process for chitting is the same. So when I bought the bag of potatoes, they've already started their growth. If you get potatoes, they haven't grown yet, you're not sure where to cut, put them into a paper bag, leave them in this bag, put them on top of your refrigerator somewhere warm. And in about 5 to 10 days, you're going to start seeing the eyes send out growth, and that will give you an idea of where to cut them. If you're pretty good, you're comfortable, and you can identify where the eyes are on the potatoes, you can cut them like this, let them scab over 5 to 7 days, and then, another week, 2 weeks, they're going to naturally send up the growth. This gives the potatoes a little bit of jump when you're putting them into the ground, because you're going to go into the cold ground. In the cold ground, they take longer to sprout. You do that here, you get maybe at most really 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters of growth. Get them into the ground, you let them do their thing. So we'll check back in about a week, see how these look, and finish up the video. I just want to clarify the chitting process and some temperatures. So what we're doing up here, they've pretty much sent out their sprouts, and that's what you're doing. These are seed potatoes, just consider them like seeds. Cut them into pieces, let them scab over, and we want them to have some growth. These are potatoes that I just bought a couple days ago at the grocery store. These are French fingerlings, and these are red potatoes. They will grow. You can't always find out what variety they are. These are just called red potatoes. These are just called fingerlings. But they're not really sprouted. They're not chitted. They don't have any growth. So you put them into a paper bag like this, put a date on there. Make sure you check them every 3 or 4 days. These are sitting on top of my grow lights. Put them on a refrigerator. You want them to be warmer. The warmth is what sends out the sprouts. You can see one right there above my thumb. And there's another one right over here next to my thumb. These are small enough that we don't have to cut them. They will grow just fine. I've done it before. But we want them to be in a warm place, 7 days, 14 days to get the growth. Because it's dark in there, the growth is going to be without light, which means it's going to get tall and scraggly and flop over. Sometimes, like if you're growing, you're germinating your seed starts and they don't have enough light, they get tall and they flop over. You don't want that. You want to catch these when they have a little bit of a sprout on it, move them off the heat, and then put them in a cool place in your house. They can stay in the bag, open the top of the bag, let some light in, but you want to slow down that growth. The idea being is about 4 to 6 weeks before your potatoes are ready to go in the ground, you're chitting them, you're getting the growth, or you're cutting up the seed potatoes, you're letting them scab over, or a combination of both. But you want to be thinking about this process 4 weeks before they go into the ground, 6 weeks before they go into the ground. You don't want an overgrowth of long, wiry, light growth. You want something kind of dark and green that's just popping out of the potato. Now that these are getting some light, they're going to green up. It's cooler over here, they'll slow down, they'll scab over, things will be good. Just don't let the potatoes sit in the bag, because I've seen them get 6, 8, 10 inches long. Like when you go and buy the boxed potatoes at the big box stores, if you get them now, they're in good shape and they've already probably sent out some growth. If you get them in 2 or 3 weeks, they're gonna have this long, terrible growth, and it'll work, but it's not really a healthy potato. You wanna pick them up, get the process started. Again, seed potatoes at your local hardware store, nursery. These are from Tractor Supply. They're great. I'm also growing some from the grocery store for a future video. They work, but 4 to 6 weeks, get your potatoes ready to go into the ground. I just wanted to cut in real quick. It's only been 5 days since you just saw that last part of the video. And the red potatoes bought at the grocery store, sitting in a brown bag on my grow lights, have really started to sprout. So it happens really quickly. When these grow a little bit more, I'm going to take them off the warmth because I don't want them to overgrow, and they're just going to sit in a cool part of my house until they're ready to go out in the ground. Here we are 5 days later. The potatoes have scabbed over. They're going to look something like this. You'll see some, blackness and white growth on there. Nothing to worry about. That's just normal drying process for the potatoes. They're going to wrinkle along the edges, and they have really just scabbed over it, which means that when we put these in the ground, it's harder for microbes and issues, fungus, molds to get into here and damage the potato. Quick review, you want to make sure that when you cut the potatoes, they have at least 3 eyes, just like that. The growth doesn't have to be much more than that. Putting this into the ground like this is going to give you about a 2-week jump on the season. Cutting the potatoes in half, give you more seed potatoes to put into the ground, saves you a little bit of money. If you just purchase potatoes, you put them in a brown bag like we were talking about, and you're just looking for the little buds to start to appear out of the eye. That's the growth, that's the chitting process. And you leave them in that bag until, they look something like this. And again, it's all right, they get a little bit longer, up to 1 inch, but you don't want them to overgrow. By putting them in a warm space, that accelerates the growth. If it gets to the size you want, put them into a cooler place, slow everything down. But to prep your potatoes, you're gonna chit them, get some growth on there, cut them in half so that there's at least 3 eyes on each cutting, let them scab over, and I'm gonna get these into the ground around March 1st here in Maryland. You wanna subscribe, follow me, I'll show you how I plant and take care of these potatoes. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. I sell tomato and pepper seeds for $1.75 a pack. All other seeds are only $1.50. Thanks so much for watching.